Hello everybody, it's Christine Maggi, Design Gal, here with you on another installment of the Frequently Asked Questions series for UI UX design jobs. Thank you very much for all your participation. I'm getting a lot of great responses, so definitely keep them coming down below. Join in if you haven't already, and I'm going to be addressing more and more of your questions in future videos. Today's question is, can I actually transition to UI UX from an unrelated field? And I'm here to tell you, yes. No matter what your experience or background, there's almost always some way you can tie it into UI UX. So in this video, I'm going to go over a few related fields and then give you some advice if you have no related experience whatsoever, how you can actually make that transition. Now, if you are a graphic designer, I actually did an entire video on transitioning to UI UX from graphic design, which is actually what I did myself. Definitely check that out. It is very possible because I have done it and I've known multiple other people who have done it as well. But basically, you've got a really good head start, and then hopefully being in an environment where you can really learn from other people and gain those UX skills that you maybe haven't had any training on. So what if you're a developer and you want to transition to UI UX? That is possible as well. Chances are, as a developer, you're working with designers on somewhat of a regular basis. So that's a perfect opportunity to learn from them, talk to them, find out why they made the decisions that they did. As you're interacting with them, really try to learn those things and pay attention to the designs you're actually building. What about those designs is working? What's making them successful? And how do you notice that design really plays a role in making the user experience even better for the user? Another thing you can do with your designer is to create a style guide for whatever product you're working on with your designer. And that's another great way to really focus on those elements, the color palettes, the typography, the spacing, the button styles, all of those things coming together in one place to really study them and understand how they work together. Not to mention your company will love you because style guides are so much work. If you're a developer and you can also become a UI UX designer, congratulations. You're now a unicorn. And you'll be highly, highly sought after. Well done. If you're coming from a related field more on the psychology side, maybe something in like behavioral sciences, that can absolutely be applied to user experience because you already know the ways people think, how they behave, why they do the things they do, and you probably have a lot of empathy for people who are actually going to be using different products. So use those research skills, use those people skills to be able to come up with solutions that meet real human user needs. If you're coming from a field that is completely unrelated, so not in the digital or product space at all, maybe you're a teacher, maybe you work at a restaurant, just because your experience seems unrelated, you actually might have some very transferable skills that you can highlight on your resume. So for example, do you work with people? Do you have to solve problems on a daily basis? Do you have to try different things in your job and then test those things out and then figure out which one worked best and why did it work best and continue to refine processes or improve existing systems so they run even better? Believe it or not, all of these skills are very helpful and very transferable to user experience design. If you have some of this experience that can be transferred into UX design, definitely write things down. So, what was the problem that you were solving and how did you go about solving it? What did you learn along the way? And how did this ultimately benefit the people that you solved the problem for? Congratulations, you're on your way to having a case study. Of course, the more related experience you can get is going to help you. But I want this video to encourage you that if you come from a background that's not specifically in UI UX, there's a good chance you have skills that can be transferred and seen as really beneficial in the field. There are many employers who actually really like having that outsider perspective of someone who's worked in maybe a distant field but has solved problems in a unique or interesting way. So even though you may not have the training or the background that a lot of us have, you have a background that can help you approach problems and solve them in a really unique and interesting way that can be just as effective as someone who has had a lot of experience just in UI UX. Now, if you don't have any transferable skills and you're starting from ground zero, well, that's okay too. We all have to start somewhere, and I am going to be addressing this in future videos. I've gotten a lot of questions about how do I start from the very beginning? So definitely keep an eye out for that. But I want you to know that you can make this a career if this is something you're passionate about. If you put in the work, if you take the time to learn, you can do it. So I hope this is encouraging. If you like this video and you want more like this, subscribe to my channel to get notified of all my new videos. Still going on with this UI UX series, so we're gonna keep it there for a while. Thank you so much for all your support. I try to answer all the questions I get, so leave a question down below and you may just see your question be turned into a future video. So thank you so much. I will see you next time.